Hello there, I'm Pittsburgh Pat, and I teach Dungeons and Dragons to kids and new players. And one of the hardest things to do is to find resources that are relatively inexpensive or free that we can use. And this is one that's free. I'll put the in the description below where you can find this PDF that I printed out here for free. And one of the great things, this is a great PDF. There's a lot of really good stuff in here. Well, one of the things I want to focus on today is magic because for kids, especially like elementary school kids, magic, the rules of magic in D&D 5e can be a little bit confusing and kind of hard and maybe a little bit like, is it an attack roll? Is it a save? Does the enemy have to have a save on a DC? How do I figure out my DC, my difficulty class? That could be a little bit confusing to some of the beginning players. So I like to leave magic open to like their imagination because what I teach, I'm trying to get them to use their imaginations off their screens, just like use their organic like ideas. So sometimes I think the magic system in this Cairn is really good. So if you go to page 16 of the PDF, you'll find a whole bunch of different spells here. And they're all described with just like 2 or 3 lines, which I think is awesome. And there's no real like rules to them, right? So it's not like, okay, you have to like roll in order for this to succeed. It just happens, right? So you could roll like a D100 in order to like figure out a random spell maybe. But this, I like to provide like some of these as a list to new players, and then they can go ahead and figure out like what they're going to do with it. So let's say like, for instance, I don't know, let's just go right to the top. So the very first one is called adhere. An object is covered in extremely sticky slime. So, a new player might think, okay, well, that's kind of weird. They could set a trap, maybe, like make the sticky slime somewhere on the ground or on a wall that somebody like passes by and it sticks to them. Or maybe it's an object that they throw at somebody and it sticks to them, and maybe it's a heavy object and it like hinders their ability to move quickly or something like that. So getting the new player to be able to imagine what they're doing with that magic, I think, is the key here. Here's another one, like just a very simple one: detect magic. You can see or hear nearby magical auras. So like if there's a magical object in the room, you automatically detect it. There's no spell slots. There's no like, you might want to make that rule, like you can only cast 3 or 4 spells per combat or something like that. Usually combat only lasts like 3 or 4 turns anyway, at least the way that like most D&D 5e scenarios play out. So that could be one simple way to do it, but you don't have like tiered levels, like you must be level 3 in order to cast Fireball or something like that, So here, for instance, like Fog Cloud. Fog Cloud is a pretty high level spell in D&D 5e, but here you can, anybody can cast it. A dense fog spreads out from you. So it's up to the DM. How far away? Does it fill the room? Does it obscure the entire horizon? Maybe you're a really big spellcaster, like really powerful. Maybe if you want to like create an atmospheric effect or something like that. Or maybe it's just like over an enemy's field of vision so that it obscures the battlefield. Maybe, because one of the things I like to teach as well is like tactics, like controlling the areas of the battlefield. I think that's good, especially when you use like mapped grid. It helps kids to figure out like, they like the comfort of board games, and it gives it like a board game kind of feel while they're also using the role-playing element of the game too. So it's not entirely unfamiliar to them. Here's one that's just kind of silly. Knock. A nearby mundane or magical lock unlocks loudly. You need to open a door, you don't have the key, cast knock, and suddenly you're in. So I think that this is a great resource. I highly recommend it. And like I said, I'll put the link in the description below. This is free. You are able to give the author some money if you want to. And that's a good idea. And you can actually get like a bound copy of this, or you can just use it in PDF form, download it to your device, and then always have it with you. or just print these out for the kids, and that's what I like to do. It also has like a simple character sheet. I'll go through this a little bit more as a resource, but for those of us who are teachers, they don't usually give you a big budget to teach, like, summer camp or after school, or, at like different, community centers and that sort of thing. So it's nice to have these resources. And if you wouldn't mind pressing like for me, that helps me a lot. And of course, you can subscribe to my channel. That helps me a super lot. And we're over 15,000 subscribers now. So thank you very much for that. And I'm going to start a channel that's just this stuff. And when I do, I'll put a link to that in the description as well. So yeah, thanks everybody out there for supporting me all these years. I enjoy teaching D&D, and I hope you do too. And if you do, tell me what your little tricks of the trade are. Where do you get like materials and things that you can use that don't cost a lot of money, that we could pass on to others who are just starting to teach other kids or other beginners how to play this wonderful game that we all love as a pastime. Have a great day today, and I'll see you all on the next one. Take care.